I'd like to ask you about the restaurant industry's reaction to the change in the closing time. So basically, one of the chief criticisms from that sector is that they weren't given enough time. This was very sort of last minute from their perspective, and some of it had made expenditures based on an anticipated revenue stream that may not be there now. Just wondering what the reason was not to announce this earlier.
Yeah, we've been obviously signaling for some time about the issues around New Year's Eve and around the holiday season. So I don't think this came out of the blue in that respect. And we were looking for ways to do it that address the issue that we have been seeing continuously. And the issue really is that later in the evening, when people are drinking a fair amount, we tend to see groups getting together and it being very difficult to maintain the COVID safety plans in those situations. And we've also seen people being outside and accessing liquor from some of the private liquor stores, etc. So that was the issue that we were trying to address, and we did that by reducing the hours that alcohol is available tonight. So it doesn't affect the times that restaurants are able to serve food and they're able to stay open. It's just around the timing of being able to serve alcohol. And we did obviously consult with a number of people in the industry, and we recognize that many people had several servings and that restaurants have been doing a really good job at their safety plans. And I encourage people to think about, if you're changing your plans for tonight, for being flexible, support your local restaurants. You can go there safely with your household, with your close friends, and do that in the next coming days and weeks. It's not just about tonight and about 2 hours of not having alcohol tonight. It's about how we are able to manage this evening, but also going into the future.
Do you have a follow-up, Keith?
Yes, just curious why 8 p.m. was chosen. I know before 10 p.m. was chosen. Now it's 8 p.m. Was there science or data or some sort of studies that show or evidence that we've accumulated that suggest 8 instead of 9 or 7?
No, it was based on practicalities in many ways, and based on what we were seeing and hearing were the times that people were having seatings. So that gives most second seatings at restaurants are about 7:30. So that gave people the opportunity to order a bottle of wine or whatever you wanted to have with your meal. So it was trying to find a level playing field for where alcohol was being served, and making sure that we weren't having people from bars and from other events all going out onto the street or leaving venues later in the evening around the time that they would wait for New Year's Eve here. For the closer to 12 o'clock. So we did want to move that up so that we, in discussions with municipalities and others, that became a critical time that we saw during other long weekends and celebrations when people all ended up on the street later in the evening. So if it's any consolation, it will be New Year's Eve in the Maritimes, and some people will be celebrating in this country at 8 o'clock anyway.
Hi, I'm wanting some clarification on why bars and restaurants was given less than 27 hours to figure this out when they've been planning for New Year's over, say the last month. A lot of places went out of their way to stock up on different foods and, beers and wines and such, and they're now kind of out on that, and it was kind of pushing them right up against the clock when they were planning to go to 10 rather than 8.
Yeah, so this is only about serving and selling of alcohol. The food, the dinners are all fine up until 10 o'clock, and tell me that there's a huge difference in that 2-hour window in terms of selling alcohol. So what we are trying to do is level the playing field. We know that this has been a challenging time period, and we have heard from people in industry that they were facing challenges with people planning to get together around the time of closing, and that it was later in the evening. So that's why we made the decision. I think we need to focus on what is still there. You can still obviously do takeout. You can still do some great meals in restaurants and local restaurants and pubs around the province.
A restaurateur we spoke with today ordered thousands of dollars worth of perishable food for tonight, and given the reservation cancellations he's seeing now, he's going to try to open his restaurants tomorrow just to try to sell all that food. Will your government compensate restaurants for the revenue they will lose tonight as a result of the last-minute public health order around liquor sales? And if you can also provide this answer in French, that'd be great.
I will say again that I encourage people to be flexible with their reservations, and absolutely if they don't feel they can enjoy a meal with late at night without alcohol, then tomorrow would be a great option, and I hope they can support it.
Thank you very much. As you know, there is a restriction with respect to new restriction with respect to last call. Essentially, people have to order and receive alcohol by 8 p.m. So it's not our expectation that we'll be directly compensating, no. But I would say this, that I think that the order, given what we know, is a necessary step to control the transmission of COVID-19. As Dr. Henry has said many times, it's for now, it's not forever. But these are important steps that we have to take. We've seen in the last week, we've seen across Canada, we've seen around the world the impact of COVID-19 in this period. We know, and our strength and our belief in the restaurant sector has been demonstrated many times, and Dr. Henry has led this, I believe, that people can go to restaurants safely. And I think we've demonstrated that to a great extent in BC. We're the only place west of the Atlantic provinces, anyway, where there is in-restaurant dining at present. So we're going to continue to work at that and work with the industry. I think the industry on balance has done an excellent job, and we're going to continue to work with them to try, because I think what they do is important and essential, which is serving food to people, is an important thing to do. And we encourage people today to get takeout, and over the next number of days, and to shop local and to eat local where possible.